Oh man, dude, if it's one thing I know, Fortnite will never leave the world, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm totally okay with that. I consider today it to be like the Halo 3 of today, to be honest with you, which is sort of that big cultural multiplayer game. And I'm all right with that. I can never get into it, but that's fine. Some people have different fucking tastes. One thing that I was interested in though is seeing sort of the internet's reaction to like certain little events that happen. Now, this little story involves Ninja, the ex Halo player turning Super Fortnite. I don't think it's fair to say ex Halo, but when I was younger, Ninja used to play Halo Reach. He used to do these 1v1s, and those were fairly interesting. I think the new market is Fortnite, and that's kind of where the players are staying, especially considering that Halo is doing a little bit shitty lately, but then again, that's a whole different topic. So, the one thing that I was interested in reading the whole last couple days, and one thing that just won't leave my fucking news feeds for anything, no matter what I do, incognito that bitch, can't leave it, is the concept of stream sniping. So Ninja's whole hot water at the moment has been that whole calling out people and getting people mysteriously banned, which is, here and there, dubious and real all at the same time, which we'll get to in a little bit. But I wanted to discuss stream sniping since it's actually not that new of a concept. It's been happening forever. Except I think with the rise of streaming, video entertainment, and streamers in general, and games like Fortnite, PlayerUnknown's Battle Royale, Battlegrounds, and Blackout Battle Royale, all these big popular BR games, stream sniping has become sort of this new thing. Now let me put a context into the game that you're watching, Rainbow Six Siege. This works for pretty much any game, by the way. With video game matchmaking, there is oftentimes a skill-based matchmaker that is used. And what a skill-based matchmaker does is it calculates your MMR rank, which in any game it's sort of that hidden or sometimes visible rank which showcases where you're placed amongst the general player population. So let me put this into perspective. On Rainbow Six Siege, the games get divided, your ranked setup gets divided by ELO, which is calculated I guess you could say it puts you into multiple ranks such as silver, gold, copper, platinum, bronze, and diamond, right? Of course, those are all spaced out there. You can do the math yourself to figure out which is the most precious of metal all the way down to the crappiest of ones. And that's usually how the ranking system is placed. So let's assume that I'm playing a game and somebody who wants to stream snipe looks at my siege rank and says, okay, Mudahar's sitting in silver right now, or gold. Well, they'll get themselves close to my rank. They'll get themselves right on my rank. And because the moment I hit matchmaking, they'll be able to calculate a delay between when I react to my chat or press the buttons, and calculate a delay right there. So they'll be able to press the button relatively quick. The point of it is that once they've gotten themselves so close to my rank, and possibly VPN themselves into my geographic area, the game will pit us together. And that will happen more times than you will expect, because when you're matchmaking at that, how many players are exactly at your rank, exactly at your geographical area? The game will put you up based on those factors. And as soon as you're in, when they're on my team, they might team kill me. When they're opposite my team, they might look at my stream on a second monitor and figure out, okay, Muda and his team is bringing these operators. They'll counterpick me. They'll pre-fire the peaks that I'm giving. And a lot of it will look suspicious if you're playing the game as often as I am. And you'll be quick to call it out or leave the match like I do and go somewhere else, because that kind of bullshit you don't really want to put up with. I didn't put up with fucking screen peekers in the days of GoldenEye 007 on the 6.4, and I sure shit won't put up with modern day screen peekers through Twitch TV or YouTube. And the reality is a lot of people are like, well, then just don't stream. And that's kind of not a reality for somebody like Ninja or people that make their livings through video game streaming, right? Like for me, I don't have to stream Rainbow Six Siege. If I feel like I'm getting stream sniped too much one day, I'll play a different game, or I'll play Siege after stream. Simple as that. But I don't really see that problem too much. I don't really do that. That's why when I'm playing Siege, I usually go for a unranked option just for that specific situation, and amongst others. But that's sort of a primer on the idea of stream sniping. Now, what's weird is that I've seen the internet sort of basically make villains out of nothing bad that essentially has happened. Now, I watch a lot of these guys who play Fortnite just for the sake of seeing what the fucking shit that they can pull off, which is kind of cool to me. I don't enjoy playing the game, but I can certainly enjoy watching some of these high-level players get away with creating these intricate forts in like fucking 10 seconds and defending themselves off against like 4 players. That is no matter what game anybody's playing, if you're pulling off something unreal, I will watch it because that is cool. That is awesome. And so when I watch these guys play a game, I can obviously see when somebody is trying to snipe them. And for a lot of the popular people like Ninja or something, it gets so fucking hard at that point because you have such a high viewership and anybody in your match everyone could end up being a fucking stream sniper. It's like the Ocelot MGS5 situation, right? Anybody could be a fucking spy. Anybody could be in that situation. And, you know, I was watching one of those, one of the articles, and one of the players did an emote right after killing him, and he immediately reported him right there and then publicly. And afterwards, the report, he was calling viewers in his chat, he was calling people out in the chat. And it all makes you sound really bad, but to me, it reminds me of an incredibly human moment to have. You know, I think when we call Twitch.tv like Toxicity Hub, which to an extent it's true, right? You know, people like Ninja and people like, you know, people who play these games, these high-level competitive scenes, can be kind of toxic, and there's no shame in that, in my opinion, because when you're in any form of competitive gaming, there is going to be that level of toxicity. I've been fucking toxic as shit on Rainbow Six Siege or anything. There have been times where I'm playing a fucking, you know, that match to get to plat, and some douchebag on the other team or our team is pulling something retarded, and I'll be quick to be an absolute asshole in that moment because we're playing a really high toxic game. We're playing a game that is super fucking competitive. And when you get into that top tier bracket of even Fortnite, right, which again, I don't understand the competitiveness of it all, but when I see these big level matches play out and people are dropped right into it, yeah, there's a level of toxicity that you can't really avoid. And are you going to try and, you know, report motherfuckers who are doing something stupid? Absolutely. You know, we've all sat there and written the report out on some of those suspicious players in the hopes that they get what's coming to them. Now, there's a lot of situations where I see this sort of thing being sort of dragged out to no end, where the complaining party, the party that gets called out, even though they're in the right, which in some cases Ninja was so fucking in the wrong with some of these, that those guys, they were let off the clear. But there's some people who are dragging this on to the moment where I think there was like the whole case of somebody making like a different account on the guy that initially got that report, and they made an account name so close that when they posted it online, they were able to get like a huge traction of attention towards them because of the situation. It was pathetically retarded, but that is the situation that we are looking at. People are fucking down to the point making a mountain out of a molehill situation about really an interesting aspect of what I would say modern day screen peeking, if anything. And yeah, that's really all it comes down to. So, you know, in the end, I gotta say, this is a weird situation to me. But I gotta defend a guy that I used to watch playing Halo Reach of all things. That takes me back to my younger days, let me tell you, not kidding at all in the slightest. And sort of defend an individual from the onslaught of sort of crap being flung into somebody's face. Now, is there an element of calling Epic Games up and getting some dude banned? I honestly admit probably so, being, I would believe, a brand ambassador pretty much to the fucking company. But that seems a little too shady, and this is one of those situations where I don't see this person being an absolute fucking lolcow on the internet and doing that kind of shit, because the moment you pull that stuff off, your career's fucking gone. Everyone's gonna call you the biggest narc on the fucking internet platform, and I don't think Ninja's stupid enough to fucking do that. I think the man is intelligent. I don't think he's gonna pull that kind of retarded shit off. But this is one of those situations where it's like there's really no fucking winners to this at all. It's just such a weird, iffy situation, and I get excited reading into it because, you know, it brings me to the concept of this modern day stream sniping era. You know, we moved into so many interesting eras of Twitch TV live streaming entertainment that it's getting hard to catalog. But that being said, let me know what you think of the situation, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.